Rebounded by Dale Davis. Dale Davis doing a whale of a job on the boards. 9 rebounds in the first half.
Great work ethic. And they're going to have to use the floor a lot more. Those cross-court kicks and then hit the big guy in the middle. Once the defense comes running out, it draws them.
Davis turns, thought better, passes it back out to Tyson. Tyson. Lionel Simmons, 2-on-3, 3-on-3. Simmons smoothly draws the foul.
Well, there's the coaching and then the player taking over. The coaching was, we don't have the numbers. Speedy having to back it out, fan dribble. Now it settles. He thinks he can take his man, and when you're that good, you can get away with it.
Good basketball decision. You and I had a chance to ask Cliff Ellison who would he compare Lionel Simmons to in the ACC, and he mentioned Dennis Scott, but Scott, he gives the edge to.
Well, Scott is a definite position player, though, when you think of it.
Yeah.
Great outside shooter. He's a definite 3. Lionel sort of covers a lot of positions.
Nice package.
You can't come out and just pick cleanly on him. But Dennis losing that weight, now a post player, running the floor, shooting the jumper. Different style.
I'm sure Dennis won't like me saying this, but a lot of players would prefer to play with Lionel Simmons.
Well, Dennis wouldn't mind. He knows he's one-dimensional in his mind. You know, if it's there and you're free, stroke it.
Dennis has definitely improved his game tremendously so, and that's going to be a big matchup between Georgia Tech and LSU, and Dennis Scott warm for the challenge.
Some supers on both sides.
Biggest lead of the game for LaSalle, 36-20. 4 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the first half. Forrest in amongst the trees, gets it back, misses a second layup.
Very nice. I picked that up.
Learning from you, Bill.
Well, you can see the tin through the trees, but just out scrapping. The zone is a problem.
Hurd, his second three-pointer.
I don't know what tape they looked at, but you must tag Jack Hurd. You've got to go out and play him.
And he's hit his season average of 8 points. Tries to steal, misses David Young in the lane. A 17-point Explorers lead. Interestingly, the LaSalle player said they felt that most of the critics back home, the writers, expected them to be back after the first round, in the first round, losing.
Negative press, they said. Some guys just didn't believe in them, as you mentioned at the Open. Jack Hurd over the top there. But they're not the kind of team that knocks you out all the time. They do it in a subtle fashion.
Tell me, is he still upset?
Well, you know Dad.
Never really understood why I joined. I mean, maybe you'll go straight to college. But I had to prove something to myself first.
The GI Bill and Army College Fund. If you qualify, you can get more than $25,000 for college and an edge on life.
Do you think Dad will ever come around? Dad?
In ancient times, an eclipse moved people to powerful emotions. Some even thought it called for a sacrifice. We can understand how an eclipse might produce feelings of excitement, wonder, even awe. But at $10,919, the Mitsubishi Eclipse is hardly a sacrifice. Now you could save up to $750 with factory-to-dealer incentives.
Of course, you can imagine this tower was 300 feet tall. And when it hit his house, and then you see how it flattened the metal. So we got a real good whip out of it.
Hurricane Hugo surprised many people. Allstate's catastrophe team was ready.
With Allstate coming and the adjuster coming as quickly as he did, I think you need them. I really think you need to have a good insurance company like Allstate. Allstate came through when they had to. And I'm glad we have it.
As usual, an action-packed NCAA tournament play. Connecticut first team in the Sweet 16 since '76. 15 of the top 16 seeds still alive. And as usual, always the Cinderellas in NCAA tournament play. Number 14, Iowa, Northern Iowa, Elden Miller. Great victory at the buzzer. Maurice Newby with that three-pointer, knocking off number 3, Missouri.
Incredible. It's always a lot of fun at this time of year.
You know, Billy Packer and I had a chance to see Northern Iowa this year in Las Vegas prior to the Las Vegas Arkansas game, and we really were impressed with Elden Miller's team and knew that they were going to do well in the tournament.
Billy's got you thinking like him now, huh? He doesn't miss an opportunity to see a game.
My partner here as well, you, Bill Raftery, every team in America. Turnover. Ball goes back to LaSalle. The 5 on the floor for LaSalle. Doug Overton, Jack Hurd, Lionel Simmons, Randy Woods, and Milko Liebers.
There's an insertion for Clemson. Now Colby Brown, I think Cliff's at the point. He's grasping. Campbell not giving him what he's capable of. And again, you can't leave him alone. Nice give back.
Excellent move. Good pass by Randy Woods to Lionel Simmons. Unselfish play.
Quick to the basketball. That shows you sometimes whose heart is involved in the game.
13 points for Lionel Simmons in the first half, and he gets them in generally quiet fashion. Davis. And Dale Davis doing his part for Clemson. His 6th point of the afternoon to go along with 9 rebounds.
They got the snapback. I believe they have to adjust. They never asked me to fix a rim in my life.
You were always outside shooting, that's why.
Let the big guys get it. Of course, that bench there, I was up in Albany when they heard the news of Hank Gather's death. And Keith Morris, a great friend to Lionel Simmons, consoled him at that point when he found out they took him out of the game. So it's a very close group to one another, and that kinship in Philly, to all the players from the Baker and the Sunny Hill League that go out, they follow them. There's a love and an affection, unlike maybe any other city, James.
Bob Johnson. Milko Liebers, part of the All Blues team, diving on the floor for the loose ball.
He does. He just contributes wherever he can.
We talked about the kind of play in the city of Philadelphia. Excellent leagues there. Of course, the Baker League was real prominent when I was growing up 150 years ago. Sunny Hills always had a very competitive league.
Well, you only came in for the All-Star games. You were the big name group.
No, Sonny didn't invite me up. I'm going to have to talk to him about that.
Jimmy and Jim Nance and Mike Francesa. The delight of seeing all the games back there.
41-24, LaSalle lead, 150 remaining in the first half. MAC champions went undefeated in league play. The only loss this season to Loyola Marymount by 5, 121-116. And Marion Cash goes in, and he's going to get caught for the charging foul.
I can't be mad at him if I'm the coach, though. He was under control. He's trying to create for his club, and they're struggling. So sometimes you'll get the call your way. Could have been a possible three-point play. And Cliff, they were struggling. Last few times I've watched them, I saw them in the ACC. They're not the same team I saw beat Duke down at Clemson.
Penalty situation here for LaSalle as Milko Liebers will go to the free throw line for a 1-on-1 situation. As Kirkland Howland comes in replacing Marion Cash, and Marion Cash leaves with 2 personal fouls. Liebers, kind of a project player, you know.
They said he came along last year. Of course, this year, just whatever's needed. You mentioned the Bruise Gang. He doesn't mind mixing it up.
Ball goes Clemson's way.
Well, if Clemson's going to get back in this, they're going to have to handle the trapping defense on the baseline and also get it to the middle and have some outside shooters tee it up.
The Clemson players were also aware of how little respect the NCAA selection committee gave them, placing them as a number 5 seed. But Bill, they pretty much verified it with play certainly Thursday night and the first half thus far. Ron Holland picking up the personal foul.
And that's a case where I think that Davis should have kicked it to the side. But they're going to have to make some of those. And Cliff looking on, I'm sure, you know, it's early in the game to get down, but they've got to get some spark someplace. And Tyson, of course, back in now, maybe the guy.
A little surprised that I haven't seen Wayne Buckingham, the big fella, the freshman for Clemson. He certainly came off the bench and played well Thursday night.
Very good point. And Dale Davis gets a little bit of a rash when he's fouled and has to go to the line. Not a happy guy at around 59, 58%.
A little bit of a rash.
Well, versus a 48% shooter, you know.
Okay, well, he gets the bounce on that one. 7 points. 9 rebounds for them offensive. Not bad numbers for Dale Davis. First half action.
Little triangle and 2 right now. Simmons and Overton there, so it's going to be Johnson's game at the end. Of course, Tyson's really not denying the ball to Simmons out here. I'd give it to him, let him create. He's the guy usually in the middle.
Playing the clock, 18 seconds on the shot clock, 49 on the game clock.
Still a triangle and 2. They're not aware of it.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Under 5. Simmons will have to put it up. Forced shot, but he makes it.
Just 2.
A 2-pointer. But a tough shot by Lionel Simmons. 15 first half points.
Under duress, and they were confused, LaSalle. They weren't sure of the defense.
And Tyson is fouled by Milko Lieverst. And Lieverst picks up his first foul.
Now, if I'm Cliff Ellis, I'm thinking, hey, let's make these 2. Let's get set in the press. Let's create a stop and come down and get another goal. They got to get some adrenaline into the game. Enthusiasm like this man possesses. Lionel cutting baseline. You'll see the defense is really in a triangle of sorts trying to tag everybody, but it's 2 men being played man-to-man. It doesn't matter with Simmons.
One of the things that so many recruiters at the high school make that the college level overlooked in Lionel Simmons when he was in high school was his work ethic.
Well, up in Albany, I said, Big Train, you know what they called me at LaSalle? He said, Little Train. I said, no, they called me No Train.
Sean Tyson with his 7th point of the afternoon. Misses the second. And Davis goes up strong with the foul.
And they weren't ready to pressure. I thought they might.
So Dale Davis giving it his all in the first half. 7 seconds. And pass off the hands of Braun Holland.
One of the few mistakes you'll see him make. What could Holland do once he got it under there?
Tyson, the final shot of the half. And that's the end of the first half with the score, LaSalle 43, Clemson 27. CBS Sports coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship will continue with this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Mitsubishi Motors, bringing you a full line of award-winning automobiles. The U.S. Army, where you get an edge on life. Be all you can be. And by the employee owners of Avis. We're trying harder than ever.
For 1990, some Oldsmobiles are new from the ground up. Others are new from the top down. Some have striking new profiles, while others have bold new side views. Some new Oldsmobiles are at home in front of mansions, and others are at home in front of everything else.
This is the new generation.
Barbasol gel gives you a super close shave like the other gel, but at a great Barbasol price.
Your Barbasol gel, sir. Your change, sir.
Barbasol gel. No wonder it appeals to the rich.
With rugged garden grip tools, the yard work isn't a life sentence, because they've got cushion grips that are really easy on your hands. Garden Grip, the great escape from yard work, only from True Temper.
And they ain't just whistling Dixie.
Come ride with me, take you to the places that you wanna be. Yeah, come ride with me, gonna take you places that you never seen. Come ride with me, ride this country, ride with me.
After City, Murphy's got a scoop.
The safe sex piece.
But they want her to keep it under wraps.
You two can go off and have a John Wayne Film Festival.
A new Murphy Brown. Then, is Charlene's husband out catting around?
65% of all married men have fooled around. The other 35 are lying.
A new Designing Women Monday.
This is CBS.